Heyo everybody, Hako here with my review for Mitsuboshi Colors episodes 9 and 10. Double review. Bit of a house fire last weekend. Don't worry, everything's fine, but last weekend I couldn't record anything, so I held off to catch up on other stuff and decided to do a double review this week. And even then, I'm kind of a day late with that. So sorry about that, but we have a double review here and we're all caught up. So this weekend, hopefully, reviews will be where they should be, normal, Sunday, hopefully. So hopefully that'll all go as proper, but either way, let's talk about episode 9 first. The colors are my absolute heroes. I even had, while I was watching this episode, I had to tweet out people to just go watch this. This show is so good. I feel like the opening is god tier. I have to sing along with it every time. And the show itself is just so funny. It's got, where other shows this season, okay, they might have better animation, or other shows I've seen in the past too, maybe better animation. Maybe certain jokes or concepts made me laugh more. They had different things going for them, but as a whole, this show is just so addicting, so good. And the comedy, though it's not always this big random thing to make you just die laughing, it's so smartly written. It has, and that's a hard thing to review. A hard thing to talk about is good comedy, but all of the comedy is based around how the characters interact with each other and how they see the world from this sort of kid's point of view, and it's just all so well written. So starting off, we have One Coin Satchan. They pulled their money together for a weapon, and I was completely dying at the first time we see the coin fall out of Satchan's mouth. And she's just, I can't see, but I know. And they're all just frozen there, and she's like, pick it up. I really love that. I was dying. And then even when she did it again at the weapon shop, it was great. And then they get walkie-talkies, and Pops is great here. But the one thing that made this joke all work so well is they have the walkie-talkies. They're trying to set them up and talk with each other, but they have cell phones the entire time. It's so great. And it sort of reminded me and made me feel old, because I was like, holy crap, we played with walkie-talkies when I was a kid. But then I'm like, kids today, really, walkie-talkies are an obsolete toy even, because kids have cell phones. So I mean, and honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with that personally, because it helps you keep you safe. If like a kid got lost or something, they could call for help. So I think kids having cell phones is a good thing personally. But I was like, that kind of renders walkie-talkies as an obsolete thing that I had never foreseen before. I had never thought about before. That they're just not a thing. It's like a generational thing that has ended before this generation. But either way, we have One Coin Satchan Reborn. Really great. They make their wish. Again, the scene is so good where it's based off the characters. They're saying, bring the evil overlord down to this town so that we have an enemy to face. But the entire time you have the guy that you see standing in the background, and they pay it off after the colors leave when he's like, what was that? So again, it's just great. The comedy is so well written. They end up following Colonel Monochrome around. Poor Yui is just having so much trouble getting left behind, losing her hair bands. But Colonel saves the hair ties. He was carrying them to the base all along, so that's where they end up. Commercial break, come back, they eat a tin of cookies, and they make a time capsule, which was great. Poor Kotoha being terrible at video games. It's always a great running joke. And I love how she's like, this game's too hard, so I'm gonna have adult me beat it in 10 years. Saito was hilarious, where they avoid him, and he's just like, I think I've stopped something stupid before it even happened. Saito's a great character. Nonoka is great too, because I love how Nonoka she's like this high school girl trying to be nice and friendly to the kids and all of that, and they're always just saying the rudest, meanest things to her. So the character dynamic there is very funny. They end up giving it to Pops so that the tin can doesn't degrade. And he's gonna hold it for them 10 years. And this gave me the feels, because I was just like, I need just an episode or something, a feelsy future where we see the colors all grown up as adults. We see what Sachan, Kotoa, and Yui are doing, whether they're still friends or not as adults, and then they go back 10 years later and they get the can from Pops and he's an old man. Oh man, the feels would be incredible. I need that so much. I need the future of them opening it. But episode, it was absolutely brilliant. It was so funny. All the comedy is just so smart. So yeah, 9.51 coin Sachans out of 10. It's great. Now let's talk about episode 10. I just watched this actually before recording this. There was the very beginning, there's this weird CGI that seemed out of place, like the people walking around. Either way, who cares? The animation was really good this episode. It seemed to step up for whatever reason. But it's a snow day episode. I love how they realize running through the park that now all the animal poop has been covered up by snow, so there's poop traps everywhere around the park. Then the Saito scene, once again, great, where he's like, you probably don't have a plan to beat me in a snowball fight. And there's like, one of these snowballs has poop in it. And he just goes into the police box. Absolutely great. And then we have Yui Ball attack, another attack from the colors. So great. So now what? We have like the Kendama, the Yui Ball attack, and I guess just we had the pocket tissue attack. There's so many attacks at this point. Extra virgin oil. Oh yeah, Yui attack as well. Just, yeah, what wasn't it just Yui attack where she charged at the Zombie King or whatever? But either way, snow day, all that. They end up getting like one of those charm tags that people hang up at temples from Colonel Monochrome that says your secret is out. So they go to sneak to the temple. Yui is an absolute goddess. I love how all of them do their cool acrobatic moves to go between the trees, and Yui is just a klutz. She is so adorable. She is the best thing ever. My hero. And then again, all the little things they add in throughout the way getting there, just genius. Sachan distract was a great thing. Her distraction trying to get Saito's attention while the others escape. That was really funny. And then they find out the secret, the priest's really bad hair. Then moving on, again, commercial break, heading into the second core of the episode. Sachan's mom has a secret theft mission for them. Sachan makes the rule that she'll only speak once, and everything they did with that, and later on getting the acorn and all that, that was all really, really funny. Pops' glasses this time were much more extreme than usual, because he has the crazy different sunglasses every time, but this time they looked like, I don't even know if he could see through them. They looked like, I think it might be a colloquial thing where different people in different areas probably call them different things, but there are these things that fall from trees that are like that big around and really spiky and stuff, and we used to, I guess we used to always call them gumballs, but I don't really know what other people in other parts of the country or world call them, but it looked like one of those cut in half and put over his eyes. So yeah, no clue if he could actually see this time. And then I love Sachan's cute charades. She was very, very cute without talking. But we'll get into that later. They meet up with Nono and Mocha, which I thought was really, really funny. And then Kotoa finally figures it out, but Sachan steals her catchphrase using the acorn. And we have hot-headed Kotoa again, which is great. I love whenever, instead of just being monotoned and calm all the time, she just breaks out into yelling and being loud and boisterous when something goes wrong. So I love that side of Kotoa. I love when they confront Nono and all that, and she's like, oh, that's my signature, you couldn't read it, and they call her signature garbage. Oh my god, I was dying. And then beyond that, I was still laughing from that. And we have Sachan like, oh yeah, Yui, what did you think? Was I cute when I didn't talk? And Yui says, you were average. And then the episode just quick cut end. It was so good. The comedy is so great. So yeah, amazing episode. I was laughing so hard the entire time. I love the music and animation. And I'm going to give it 9.5 secrets out of 10. I almost want to give it 9.75, but I don't think it's better than the zombie episode. It's up there though. The zombie episode I gave a 9.5, and this is I don't want to say this is better than that. The two of them, to me, are probably the top 2 episodes neck and neck so far. Zoo episode was really good too. So was, I think it was the 2nd or 3rd episode I really, really enjoyed. But either way, like I said, 9.5s for each. Both episodes were amazing. So, like if you did like the video, I guess, comment down there. Tell me what you thought of this week's, or these 2 episodes, what you thought of my thoughts on them. Subscribe for more. Mitsuboshi Colors, much more on the channel. Almost over, sadly. But I will be making a video next week where I'm going to talk about which anime that I'm going to watch and which ones I'm going to review for next season. Next season, I think I'm only going to review Boku no Hero Academia Season 3 and Magical Girl Site. I think those are just the 2 that I'm going to go for. But I'm going to be watching a lot more, and we can talk about those in other videos. We can talk about them in the Hot Q&A, or you can suggest stuff for me to watch and whatnot. So that video will be up sometime next week. I wanted to catch up on stuff this season first. Because I obviously got behind because of last weekend. Then I guess follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there and stuff for the channel. If you want a link to the Discord server to talk to me or more of us there, just ask and I can give you one. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.